let us go ahead and begin. Perfect. Hello, everyone. Hello. Can everyone hear us okay? Sound good on this.
Hello. Testing 1, 2, 3.
I think that works.
Yeah, does it sound good to you guys?
I can hear clearly.
Sweet. All right. Well, perfect.
You're a little bit quiet, Luke.
I am? Okay,
Just
hang on.
touch.
I can... How's this? How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Sweet.
I'm really loud, though. Hold on.
All right. Yeah, here we go. All right, sweet. Yes, I apologize for the delays. I'm using a different system, so all the fun things are happening. But yes, so for those watching who have seen our previous views, you might previous live streams and whatnot, you might notice that we might look a little bit fancier tonight with this whole new setup of us all being in different boxes and whatnot. It's pretty neat. So, as thanks for that, I have Mr. AJ here, Husha Kid. He helped me. He basically did everything. I just, was kind of. He just sent things and told me what to do, and I just kind of did what he told me. So, he's the mastermind behind all that. And the nice graphic y'all got to see during the we'll be starting soon was thanks to Mr. Luke Inholz over here, Tyler Trueshot. That was all him. And the music you heard was by Arcane Anthems. Huge shout out and thanks to him. Great person all around. So, with that, hello. I am your dungeon master, your host, Luke. And with me tonight, I have Luke, who plays Tyler Trueshot.
Hey, do you want me to? Am I doing my intro?
Yeah, go ahead and do your fun fact.
Hey, I'm Luke, and I play Tyler Trueshot. And Tyler is a human ranger who's in it for the fame and the glory. And my fun fact about Tyler today is that Tyler loves to dance. Tyler believes that he is an amazing dancer, but Tyler is a very, very bad dancer. He is uncomfortable to watch. But if the party's going, Tyler's going to be on that dance floor going hard. And that's my fun fact about Tyler.
Wonderful. Next up, we have Deanna, who is playing Isira.
Hi. I'm Deanna. I'm playing Isira. She is Wood Elf Rogue. And my fun fact is that my wife is the best maker of good berry jam in the whole world.
Still can't believe you haven't told anybody about your wife.
I told you several times, Dolf.
Well, next up we have my lovely wife Anna, who plays Lyra.
Hi, I play Lyra, who is a Tiefling bard. And fun fact about Lyra is that she is fascinated by astronomy, but she has absolutely no grasp of what it actually means. So you could tell her that the planets are like cotton candy and she would totally believe you. She just thinks that stars are really cool.
Perfect. Well, after that we have Roxanne, who plays Storm.
Hi, I play Storm, who's a Centaur fighter sorcerer, and she began adventuring because she received a mysterious letter from her unknown father.
Very mysterious. And finally, last but certainly not least, we have AJ, who plays Dolf.
I played Dolf, your chill bro halfling cleric, and today's fact is Dolf is all about that self-care. Make sure you have some water by you today. Just drink some water.
Anna.
Not in front of other people.
Well, wonderful. Again, thank you to everyone who is watching and joining us. Oh, wow, thank you. That was new. We haven't done this before, so that's going to be interesting. I'm going to turn that down. That's quite loud. Apologies. Perfect. Anyways, we will go ahead and hop right into it. So, last time we left off, a lot of things had happened. Y'all had gone around and you had talked to a few people, and you had talked to a lot of the employees. Well, first off, you fought a bear, Tyler. So that was big for you. And you all really fought bears. And you got a handsome reward from the circus that the bears had escaped from. And then you finally made your way back to the blacksmith shop and started interviewing some of the employees about where they were the night the sword was stolen. And as you were talking, a lot of noise was heard outside, and you ran out to see a giant eagle that had fallen and collapsed just outside the front door of the blacksmith shop. And in front of you, it changed into a high elven man wearing the robes of a rune crafter. At least that is what you believe. So, we pick up with just that. All of you are outside of the blacksmith shop with this incredibly wounded and bleeding and unconscious man lying on the ground in front of you.
Storm. Did that echo for everyone?
No. Good on my end.
Testing. Okay.
You know.
It's good now. Okay, cool. So Storm would like to go up to him, and before she scoops him up, she just wants to do like a quick once over. Like, if his spine is fine, she's going to pick him up and carry him into the blacksmith shop.
Okay, go ahead and give me a investigation check. Or no, this is going to be a medicine check.
Medicine? Okay. A 17.
Okay, you can tell multiple bones are broken, and you would definitely need more than just your arms to pick him up without potentially doing more harm.
Okay. In that case, Storm will call back to the group. Can somebody get a plank or a board of some sort? This man needs to be carefully moved.
Tyler says, I can get a board. I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm going to walk up to this bird man, and I'm going to go just like, all right, everyone stand back, and
Clear.
cast Cure Wounds on this
All right.
this man.
As he does that, Storm just goes, well, that works too, I guess.
Tyler's still looking for a board.
Why get boards when we have magic?
That's right.
That's gonna be that's actually gonna be a lot of hit points. That's 13 health points back.
All right, you get all set. You like feel confident. You're coming up. You're healing. You've done this hundreds of times before. You go and you pour your healing magic onto this man, and nothing happens.
Oh, dang it!
Did anybody check for a pulse? Is this guy still alive?
You can make a medicine check.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a medicine. I'm gonna check for a pulse. Since that didn't work, and I've seen him revive a bear before, I'm very concerned now. Oh no. It's 11.
Yeah, I mean, you easily enough are able to tell that he is still alive.
Okay.
And while you're checking for a pulse, Joffrey comes running out, and he's got a health potion. He's clearly kind of freaking out. He comes running up, and he kind of just throws this quite large potion of healing down the throat of this man. And after a moment, it takes a while, but the wounds on his body stop bleeding, but they don't really close up. This potion did whatever your cure wounds was not quite able to do, but it's still not even that successful at it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start like dressing his wounds and stuff.
Perfect.
Well, I think we should get him out of the road first.
Tyler, how's that board coming along?
Can I roll to find the board?
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
An investigation of 17.
17. You see a loose panel on the side of the blacksmith shop that's on the outside.
Yeah,
It looks
it's
like it
part of
could
the
pretty
wall.
easily just go and just pull it right off.
I do that.
Pull this
Okay,
man's
give me a
shop
strength check.
apart.
It's not going to be hard.
You want me to do a strength check? What?
Yeah, just to pull the board off all the way.
Roll to fight the wall.
I got a 12.
Yeah, perfect. No problem. You get it. And it's a nice sizable plank.
Okay.
So you have a plank now.
What was the blacksmith's name again?
Joffrey.
Sorry, Joffrey. I hope you don't mind if I borrow part of your shop here. And then I throw that board on the ground.
Like near Storm?
Well, like next to the guy on the ground.
Storm is going to kneel down and look up and say, "Can somebody get his legs?"
I got it.
Then very carefully slide him onto the board.
I'll like sit by his head and just kind of like pet his head.
And then lift up the board and carry him into the blacksmith shop.
All right. While y'all are doing that, Elwyn, the elven girl that y'all have been talking to before this happened, has come outside and has seen all this. Joffrey turns to her and says, "Run and find a healer. We need the best one you can find. This is very bad. Whatever damaged him is well beyond normal means. Just please run." And she very shakily kind of like bows and books it. And Joffrey turns to y'all and says, "Pick him up and put him in my office. Very carefully, please. Follow me." So, do y'all follow him inside carrying this wounded man?
Yeah.
And I drop.
I'm like on my tippy toes trying to hold up the head.
I don't think even your tippy toes could reach Storm's height.
I'm trying.
Well,
I'm not even trying.
one thing's for sure, y'all notice that a very large crowd has started to kind of gather around. I mean, it was the impact of him in bird form hitting the earth was pretty loud and knocked over a few things. So quite a big crowd has gathered and is watching all this happen. So now I need you all to make perception checks.
Oh God.
That's a 17 for Dolf.
All right.
12.
12. All right.
11.
16.
All right.
26.
26.
Jeez, I'm pro.
All right.
19 plus 7.
Well, you alone, Lyra,
No.
only you see this.
Okay.
You see someone, just very briefly, a hooded individual. You can't quite catch their face, but they seem to be looking intently at the runecrafter as y'all carry them inside. But they very quickly turn and vanish into the crowd. That is what you see.
And what makes me notice anything different about them than the rest of the crowd?
No one else is wearing a hood.
Okay.
Yeah, this one clearly seems very intent on the fact that the runecrafter is here, or this person that looks like a runecrafter is here and wounded.
Okay.
So, perfect. So, as you all walk into the office, Joffrey kind of goes up to his desk, and you remember it being covered in papers and various things. He just takes it and he just wipes everything off, knocking stuff to the side and off. The quills just fall to the floor. And he motions for y'all to lay him on the table.
Storm does that.
Perfect. He kind of just turns to y'all in general and says, someone find some water, please, quickly. We need some water.
Tyler says, I can find some water. and he leaves.
Do you think he wants jam?
I mean, it is good berry jam, so it would heal him. Maybe. I don't know about those preservatives.
I was about to say, I think the sugar and preservatives might have canceled any healing properties out.
I wanna look at this rune maker's body and look for either signs of impact from something or signs of maybe something magical happened to him. What would have I'm trying to see what would have made him fall from the sky.
Spell hit him midair kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if you want, you can make 2 checks. One medicine check to kind of see the wounds he does have.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a pretty easy check, and then if you want, you can make an Arcana check as well. That one's gonna be a little more difficult.
Cool. The easy one is what I'm good at, and the hard one's what I'm bad at. Perfect. Oh my god, I swear. This is so my medicine check is a 15, and let's see what my Arcana check. Oh, okay, that's a good roll, but that's going to be a 17.
All right. With that medicine check, you can kind of just gently moving some of his robes to the side, just lifting up the sleeves and kind of looking at his legs and everything, and just what you can see without fully disrobing him, you can see that his left arm is entirely broken.
Mm-hmm.
Just clearly the bone up here in this section is just popped up.
Oof.
He's got multiple gashes across his neck, his arms, his legs, and you assume probably his torso. He definitely looks bruised. It definitely doesn't look like this happened while he was flying, because this seems like an attack, intentionally and with blades on a lot of places.
Mm-hmm.
Now with that Arcana check, you feel you get a hint of some necromancy going on. Whatever sort of magic was used is certainly necromantic in nature, and that is whatever is keeping healing from working on him.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So that's what you get from that.
Cool. So I tell Joffrey it looks like any healing is not going to work on him for a little bit because I'm sensing some necromancy on him. And I look to Lyra and Storm is do we have any spare cloths or anything that we can just dress up these wounds as best we can until we get someone to get rid of this necromancy?
Do I need a roll to find water, by the way? Or
can I just... yes. Pretty easily. There's a water pump just outside, and you're able to fill. I
have a water skin.
Yes. That's perfect. You have that.
So I come back with some water. I got the water, and I throw it on the table next to the injured person.
I'm gonna start cleaning him up with some prestidigitation, trying to get the blood out of his clothes and see where he's still bleeding from.
Storm's going to head into the shop and find a couple of short swords that look to be about his arm length. 2 of them in particular, and she's going to put the hilts under where his armpit is. She's trying to make a splint So she puts the 2 swords and then takes her rope and like sets it.
Gotcha.
Knife arm.
When you do that, he does, the way you have to set it, you are having to pull the arm out and then reset it that way. So he kind of unconsciously groans in pain.
Does anyone have any strong alcohol for this guy?
Storms pulls out her liquor.
Yeah.
It's a flask of very strong moonshine. And she goes, he's not going to like it. And then she pours it in his mouth.
Perfect.
Yeah, we might need to pour some on the wounds too to disinfect.
This is not going to disinfect anything.
Okay.
I'm also going to. I mean, mechanically, it wouldn't do it much, but I'm going to cast Spare the Dying, just so he rests easier through this.
Perfect.
Lyra would like to search his body for any kind of note, or like maybe he has something on him that indicates what he was doing. Like, does he have anything in his pockets? Does he have like a pouch with him?
Well, he doesn't seem to have a pouch or anything with him, or any bag or anything, but he does have some pockets, but you don't really find anything of note in there. Just a few basic spell components, a water bag, like a water sack, and a few rations. The pockets are quite big with these large robes, but you don't find any note or anything. But after you all do that, Joffrey is still kind of freaking out, but he grabs the water that you brought, Tyler. He takes it and he says, all right, everyone stand back. He might freak out a little bit. I'm just going to see if this wakes him up. And he just takes the water and he just kind of like squeezes the bag so it like squirts like a little bit of pressurized water right into this elven man's face. He does this, and after a moment, the room crasher goes. He like kind of wakes up and looks. He's very out of it, very groggy, especially with all the healing you all attempt to do to make it easier for him, and the moonshine especially. But the runecrafter sees Joffrey and sees all of you, but he grabs Joffrey by the collar, like almost weakly, not very strong, just because he's so wounded and hurt. But he says, "The mountains! It's at the base of the mountains!" And then just like collapses back again as his eyes roll in the back of his head and he just kind of collapses again, still breathing. But
Joffrey, what is this man talking about? What's at the base of the mountains?
Well, Joffrey takes a moment. He doesn't react initially to what you say. He's kind of just there, a little shaken. But he curses under his breath, and he says, "This is the runecrafter that helped work on this sword."
We kind of figured that.
I gathered.
And I guess he went looking for the sword. And so he must have found it as well as whatever was guarding it.
Joffrey, have you ever seen injuries like this before?
I mean, he looks like he was just mugged by some thieves and brigands. Someone that has no problem killing someone to take what they need. But
surely
he's a runecrafter. He should be able to handle any thieves and brigands, like any sort of scum like that. He kind of like collapses in one of the chairs that he has in his office, and he's just like, the Brunish Mountains are where he's speaking of. This is the mountains you've seen off to the northeast of the town. I assume he means somewhere there.
Ooh. Well, friends, it looks like we're going hiking.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds exciting.
Joffrey, before we leave to investigate further, I don't think it's safe for you to keep him here. There was someone in the crowd that was watching a little too intently when we were taking care of him in the street.
Yes, certainly not. Perhaps what do you think? The temple, perhaps?
It's impossible to, I mean, maybe Joffrey's house if it's well guarded. But yeah, I guess the temple, Lord Quackers could surely protect him.
Well, perhaps the museum. We could request that he can be laid in the employees' room in which we spoke to that woman.
Well, since they were able to take a whole freaking rug off the wall.
I guess that's a good point.
I don't know if I trust the staff of the museum to be the most alert.
What do you mean someone was watching? What did they look like?
They were wearing a hood and they were acting shady. And maybe they were just a busybody, but I got vibes of ill intent.
The man did not pass the vibe check.
And clearly someone wanted this man dead. Or this elven man dead.
This temple that you think would be safe. What temple? Is this the temple that you all serve, that you've mentioned?
Yes. Lord Quackers.
Well, that certainly a temple seems to be, it would be a safe place for him. I will need y'all's help. I will need all of you to help me move his body there to hopefully try and keep it inconspicuous as possible.
Do you have a cart?
I do. It's out back. I'll need you all to guide me. Just please, we don't have much time. Let's move him to the cart and take me there.
Yeah, and I think we should cover the cart.
You should probably leave a message for your assistant to meet us over there.
Yes, yes. Where did I put that? And he kind of like looks around on the floor and he picks up a quill and like half a bottle of spilled ink. And he picks up just some parchment and he hastily writes a note and slaps it on the table right next to where the body is. Quickly, if there's someone who is here that may have ill intent towards him, we need to move him fast. So quickly.
All right, yeah. So we take the body. Let's take the body.
As Storm is walking out, she wants to just kind of eye the strewn paperwork on the ground and see if like anything sticks out as being odd or strange, or maybe like relation to the relationship with the rune crafters or anything like that.
I won't even make you roll for it. You don't really notice anything. It looks to just be a lot of like receipts and order requests and different letters from people who want things, and it's just various stuff like that. Nothing super sketchy.
Okay.
So
we carry him to the cot.
Perfect. Joffrey leads you all out back to the cart where you all place him. Now, I'll need y'all to make a few stealth checks as you're, if you want to move through the city as inconspicuously as possible. I'm gonna need you all to make stealth checks.
Before we head out, Storm's going to throw her extra pair of clothes that she has over the body, along with her bedroll, and she's going to, beside the body, kind of stack some of her weapons, so it looks like we're just transporting stuff.
All right.
I would like to suggest, I know that it's not wise for us to break up, but it might be good for us to not all go and draw attention as a large group walking through town with a covered cart and a blacksmith.
Okay, so plan. We put either me or Tyler in a sheet, and they carry in the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually
Yes.
a very good idea.
Yes, we're using our one brain cell.
Perhaps, Dolf, I might recommend that you are one of the ones that stay with the body, considering, healing.
So,
Tyler, you ready to pretend to be a dead body?
Okay.
It shouldn't be that hard for him.
Oh, what does that even mean?
It means lie down, buddy. Storm's going to carry you now.
Okay.
So Storm.
So who's going to church with me?
I'll go to church.
I think Joffrey should go with
yes,
Storm.
Joffrey's...
And
okay.
because it will make it look more like Tyler is the elven guy if Joffrey's with them.
Before we land on Tyler, Storm's going to kind of up and down Tyler's height and the elven man's height, and then everyone around. Who's the closest in height?
That's bad. How? That's questionable.
Because if this man is short as hell, then Tyler's not going to be a good one to do.
He is an elf, and Tyler is a good 6 feet, so.
So actually, yeah, that would mean Tyler, just as far as y'all can see, Tyler's about approximately the same height as this elf.
Okay.
Good to know. How convenient.
Come here, buddy. Hop up.
Tyler hops up.
Storm is like full on like marriage style carrying Tyler with a sheet over him.
Would it be easier if you put him on your back so your hands are free if you get attacked?
It might give me a little more dignity. I don't know.
The thing is, it gives you more dignity, but it doesn't give me more dignity.
Yeah.
I suppose that's fine. Throw him on.
So I go limp over the back of Storm.
All right.
All right. So where is everyone going? We have
Dolf. I'm in the cart.
All right.
With the actual runecrafter.
I'm going with him.
Yeah, and I will go with him as well.
Yeah, so we've got Joffrey, Storm, and Tyler heading the opposite direction of the temple.
Just taking the long way.
This can only end well.
All right.
And don't forget, we can all communicate telepathically.
That's true.
Except for Tyler, who doesn't understand how that works.
Tyler's pretending to be dead. So.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should appear as if we're walking someplace with a purpose and not just trying to be a diversion. So, Joffrey, a healer that's known in town, anyone that it would make sense for us to be bringing this man in that direction, other than the temples.
Or, yeah, you could just meet up with Eloane, where Eloane probably would have went to. And
yeah, I believe so. She went somewhere more towards the west side of town, I suppose. But it would have made sense for us to go there if I've already called it. But I suppose we can just head that way. If there's someone who wants to kill the runecrafter and they're in this city, then we need to go now. We'll head that way. We'll head towards where I sent Ella. I'll lead the way.
And his head just pops up for a minute and just says, "Did you say kill the runecrafter?"
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Puts his head back.
You're already dead, honey. That's your role.
All right. I guess we move out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So You all head opposite directions. 3 of you head towards the Temple of Lord Quackers, and the rest of you head towards the healer. So, those. How do y'all go about it? How do y'all go through town? Are y'all trying to be stealthy?
Probably.
I don't know.
I mean,
how
since we have
stealthy
the
we
actual
can be.
body,
Cart.
I would want to be as stealthy as possible with a cart, but not be like drawing attention to ourselves stealthy. Does that make sense? Like, we're not like hiding in the shadows and someone walks out of the back of
Yeah.
the bar and is like, what the heck are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
you know?
All right. Just go ahead and give me those who are going. So, Dolf, Isira, and Lyra. All 3 of you give me stealth checks.
Would they happen to have advantage because there's other items in the cart that make it less obvious there's a body in there?
Not necessarily, because they are dragging a full cart with no horse.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure you don't have advantage?
Yes, I'm sure.
I got a 27.
Oh, okay.
I got a nat 1.
Oh no! Lyra's singing theme music.
Yeah.
like Crunk.
Got a 9.
Oh,
Oh
boy.
no.
All right. So y'all make your way through the city as quietly and as stealthily as y'all can. At least at the moment. So Storm, Tyler, and Joffrey, did y'all want to try and get through town stealthily?
I think our role is to be the diversion. So I think that perhaps it would be better to try to draw some attention to us. So Storm's going to be kind of cantering and hollering, everyone, out of the way, being a bit dramatic about it in order for everyone to be like, what the?
Okay.
Imagine if you're cantering that Tyler's body is just like extra extra rough on like.
Don't worry, there's plenty of like straps and stuff you can hold on.
God.
Oh my gosh, I love it. All right, perfect. So, y'all go do that, and you're just shouting for people to get out of the way, being a little bit dramatic. So after some time, the 3 of you, Storm, Tyler, and Joffrey, run into Eowyn, who is walking with just a dwarven woman. She seems to be wearing some very, very clerical garb, and she seems to be in a sense of urgency about her. And Eowyn's very surprised to see the 3 of you.
Storm is going to very sharply go, follow us, ask no questions.
Okay. And so they just follow you. And at about this time, the rest of you get to the temple with the carriage or the cart. What do y'all do?
Bring him inside.
Yeah, go around to a back entrance, the most hidden entrance, and cover him inside and take him inside while he's still covered.
All right. So the only kind of back entrance is kind of one of those, like ground doors that opens up, that's kind of slanted against the building. It goes down kind of into the catacombs of this temple.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only back entrance.
Okay, well, that's the way we go in.
All right.
Never mind.
All right. So y'all bring him in, and where y'all are at now is kind of where y'all sleep in the temple. It's kind of close to y'all's bedrooms. And you take him, and do you want to put him in the main area, or do you want to put him on a bed?
On a bed.
Put him on a bed.
All right. Whose room do you put him in?
Luke's.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Because my bed is definitely not big enough.
Yeah, Tyler's probably the only one that would actually fit in.
Yeah.
All right. So Tyler, they go into your room. What do they see? Because this is your room. What does it look like?
Oh no!
Bread stacked everywhere.
My bed is bigger because Tyler values a good restful beauty sleep, and there's just a lot of animal pelts and loaves of bread. Just kind of, it's really messy. Tyler really never acquired good housekeeping, cleanly. He's very bachelor-esque in his habits. And so it's going to be, clothing strewn about the place and bits of bread here and there. They'll most likely have to wipe some crumbs off of the bed itself before they place the body on it.
Perfect. I love it. So that's what y'all see going into this bedroom. Lyra, you have something to say?
Might not be the most sanitary place for someone who is injured and with open wounds. Maybe we should.
I just use prestidigitation to just kind of like just clear his bed, just like everything like that is dirty about his bed, just like goes to the walls.
Perfect.
And just making sure that the bed is fine.
I really want there to be like a stuffed animal, like a bear, like a tiny teddy bear that he sleeps with. That movement reveals, like that's when I'm.
I want to search through the room.
As you're just snooping at this point.
Oh my god, I got a nat
20. All right, so Tyler, what things would she find that Tyler would try to keep hidden in his room?
The most embarrassing thing Tyler owns is now being revealed.
You find a little what's the word I'm looking for? Like a decorative needlepoint that's in progress that says forever mama's little boy. Is what you find.
Like you've been doing this yourself kind of project.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
It's complete. It's not fully done. There's like some half finished like floral embellishments and stuff. So it's a work in progress, but the text is there.
I'm gonna very intentionally display it on a shelf and just be like, well, this must have gotten misplaced. Right in front and center.
Do you show it to us?
You see it. It's right in front and center on a shelf now. I'm helping clean up. You just see me find something and I just put it on a shelf.
How well made is this so far? How well made is it?
It is canon that Tyler is actually really good at sewing, and so it's actually quite nice.
I mean, the stitching is impeccable. I can't fault him.
Maybe we should find him a therapist.
I think this is fine.
I feel like therapists are very rare during these times.
I think maybe we should all go to therapy. I'm just really concerned for all of our well-being right now.
This is fine.
Especially Tyler.
I'm gonna continue putting the body on the bed.
Okay. All right, so all that happens, you put the body on the bed, and it's rested there. And at that moment, behind you all, you hear a
I was about to call.
What is this? Whom have you brought home? And there's Lord Quackers with his tiny little crown and his wings outspread.
It's our new friend.
He seems to be in a bad way.
Yeah,
little bit.
he's part of our plan to get more funds for the church.
You killed a man?
No.
Money?
He was very gravely injured. He's one of the rune crafters. He was very injured.
We are saving him from other bad people who wish to hurt him. And if you can help us provide him protection, he, I'm sure, has quite a lot of wealth to donate to the cause.
I see.
And if we help a rune crafter, think of our status.
They do have ties to the royal family. I'm just saying,
Very well. Step aside. And he starts waddling up, and with a little, he hops and lands on top of the rune crafter, and he kind of waddles right up to his face. And as he's looking there, he just looks him deep into the eyes. His kind of closed, unconscious eyes. And he takes his wings and he just kind of like pries his eyes open. And so he's just like, yes, I see. And he closes them. And then he kind of like, this time when he flaps, it's almost, you almost hear angels singing. And his wing beats seem to be almost slow motion. And there's a bit of a glow about him, and he kind of flaps. And you kind of almost see like these beams of light moving into the, like, just the general orifices of the rune crafter, like through his eyes, nose, ears, mouth. And it's very, like, y'all are in awe. Like, this is something y'all have not seen Lord Quacker's do.
Dolf is crying.
I'm like tearing up.
Dolf is weeping.
No, I'm literally tearing up because I'm trying so hard not to laugh. Like I'm literally like getting water.
Dolf is weeping because it's the most beautiful thing he's seen.
This is serious business.
It is beautiful. And again, it's like kind of slow motion. It's like he's just floating in air as this angelic being. And then it stops and he lands with a little and you see the wounds that had been open and like couldn't have been closed close up.
Oh, okay.
And all the bruises and the broken arm, you hear like kind of a crack as it sets itself. And you see all the bruises fade away.
Does he wake up?
He does not wake up. And Lord Quacker's still on top of his, just sitting on the runecrafter's chest, turns and looks at all of you, says, "We should leave him be. Where are my other priests? I am missing Tyler and Storm."
Oh, they're
on the way.
They're taking the long way.
I'm gonna in my head be like, "Where are you guys? Okay, we made it here. We're safe." Like telepathically to the rest of the crew.
Storm's going to respond to that. We found Eloine. Will be there shortly.
And y'all are actually literally like 2 minutes away. You're just like, at this point you've run past the Temple of the Chicken God. And so you're very close.
Is anyone following you?
Is anyone? Storm's going to stop and then take a look around and ask both Eloine, the dwarven woman, and Joffrey, have you noticed anyone following? And Storm's going to kind of do looks around.
I was going to say, there's no one down here.
Oh no.
I was going to buck him just like a little bit.
Poor sweet idiot.
All right, go and give me a perception check.
That would be a nat 20, my friend.
All right.
We love the crits.
Well, due to just the how much attention you had drawn, you think you might have been followed, but at this point you do not see anyone. You think that you think you've lost them at this point.
Okay. Storm's going to quickly approach the entrance of the temple. Is the back entrance that leads into the bedrooms, would Storm know if that's too small for her?
It's a tight squeeze, but Storm can fit.
Okay, all right. She goes around the back then and goes in that way.
Perfect. All right, so you all make it down there. You now have Eloine, the Dwarven Cleric, and Joffrey following you close in tail. And I assume Tyler's still riding on your back, just like...
As soon as we're in the temple and the door closes behind us, Storm is going to say, "Get off my back." This is embarrassing enough.
What is Tyler?
Tyler says, "Did I do good? I did good, right? I'm a good actor, right?"
You were a fantastic dead body. Now, please get off my back.
Okay. And then he gets off.
Perfect. All right. So you're all now there, and you can pretty quickly see that Tyler's door is open, and you assume that's probably where the rest of them are at. And you are now all back together again. The cleric, Dwarven cleric, she says, "All right, where is it? Where's the runecrafter?"
Storm's going to lead them into where she assumes the body is in Tyler's room and say, "I believe he's in here, right this way."
Perfect. Please, if he needs immediate medical attention.
You missed it.
So,
Beautiful.
oh, lo and behold, Lord Quackers has actually came down himself and blessed this runecrafter and healed all of his wounds.
Yes. So, Storm and Tyler and the rest of the NPCs, as y'all enter the room, you see the three, Isira, Lyra, and Dolf, all kind of standing there, still pretty much in awe. And Lord Quackers is standing on the body that appears to be made whole.
Storm's going to kind of bend the knee and say, "My lord."
Ah, yes! Wonderful! The rest of my children. It is wonderful to have you back. And I see you've brought more guests. I hope you have brought more to bring into the fold of my wings.
When he says children, Storm is going to very seriously go, have you ever left a note under a dagger?
I have never picked up a dagger.
Okay.
I don't use such weaponry. Do you not see these? And he lifts up one webbed foot, and you just see, the tiny little duck claws that are on duck feet.
Look, I don't know. You just healed a man. You're a god.
I want to look to see what Joffrey's and the Dwarven cleric's reaction to seeing Lord Quackers here is.
So Joffrey, the Dwarven cleric, and Eloine, all of them are they're just they're standing there and just
Oh, I assume we're also all just quacking at him.
Yes. The rest, because they can't understand Lord Quackers. They're just hearing quacking. And the rest of you are also quacking in return.
I take this moment to hand them our pamphlets.
Yeah, Storm's going to look at them and go, "So this probably seems a bit unusual."
Trust me, Lord Quackers healed the runecrafter, Dwarven cleric. He can take a look at him if you wish, but we should let him rest. You can. Do you guys think we should immediately go to the mountains, or do you think we should wait until he wakes up?
I believe we should wait until he wakes up. Any
Yeah.
information we can have going into this would be best.
Well,
Would be
Lord
helpful.
Quackers actually kind of speaks up, and he kind of sounds a little sheepish for the first time. He's like,
Yes,
well,
Lord Quackers.
The problem. You needed to speak to him quickly?
Oh no.
What did you do?
Well,
What
you
happened?
see, I am a powerful being, but what I have done to heal him and to renew him to his full vigor and strength, he will be asleep for about 2 weeks. I hope that's not an issue.
2 weeks?
Did you know? In my defense, there was some dark and powerful magic at work in him. It was required to for him.
That's fair.
Of course.
Mean, as long as he is healed and okay, we'll have the dwarven cleric look over him, and we'll rest for now, and then we'll go first thing in the morning to the mountain opening.
Do we know how far away, like how many days of travel to the mountain?
Oh yeah, how far is the mountains?
Y'all would not have been there just yet. Y'all would have not traveled through those mountains to get here because y'all came from the west.
Okay.
Y'all would have bypassed them. But they're roughly probably about a day's hike to get to the base. So,
then we can go right ahead, and then we'll just take a rest along the way.
Well, isn't it pretty late in the day?
Yeah, it's like 4 or 5 o'clock. No, it's about 6 o'clock at this point.
Yeah, I felt like it was like almost like we were gonna go to the circus, and then we couldn't because it was at 8, and we were rushing to get back to the. So I feel like it's well past 8 o'clock at this point.
Y'all had started interviewing people right around 4.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so I guess we can either go to the circus.
Can we go to the circus?
We could go to the circus. We could make our way towards the mountains, or we could stay here and sleep.
Yes, all of the above.
I do not think it would be wise for us to venture to the mountains until daybreak. However,
I guess the circus it is.
So yes, all of the above.
However, if we do attend the circus, everyone must be on high alert. And quite frankly, I think one of us should stay behind and watch over the Runecrafter. I have no problem staying behind. The circuses aren't really my thing.
Yeah, I don't have how do I put this lately? I was in a circus for a while. And when you're part of it, it just loses its magic. So I think I'll stay.
I personally, being part horse, not a fan of the way that some of the animals are trained in a circus. So Lyra and I shall stay here and prepare and watch over the Runecrafter.
Lyra, isn't it possible that you might know anybody in the circus from your old days? Don't you have any? Sorry, I'm not talking like Tyler at all. Don't you have any desire to see if any of your old peers are around or anything like that?
Lyra is like very ruffled by that comment. And she was like looking around, like trying to come with a could comeback, and she sees the needlepoint thing on the wall, and she's like, "Do you have a desire to see your mommy?"
Tyler, realizing that that's out in the open, like rushes over and like tucks it underneath some like loose clothing or whatever. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know who left that here.
Does his voice get higher? Like, is he like?
Yeah, a little bit. His voice cracks a little bit. He's distinctly red in the face.
Don't even need an insight check.
He's flustered, but he's like full on denial. Like, I don't even know. Why? We going to the circus? Are we going to the circus? Are we going?
Yes. Yes, let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
All right. Go to the circus.
Please, wait 1 minute. Joffrey speaks up finally. He's like, what? You... Please, I need someone to explain to me a few things.
All right, what's up?
Okay, Joffrey, what are your questions?
Can we let Sahana here? This is Sahana, and he gestures to the dwarven cleric. Can we please let her just, check out the body, do what she does? And is there a place that we could go and talk that's not right next to an injured or previously injured unconscious man?
Sure. Sahana, go ahead, do your thing, and Joffrey, follow us into the main sanctuary.
We could talk in Lyra's room.
We weren't really disturbing him. He's like...
He's unconscious.
Unconscious for the next 2 weeks, apparently.
I am also concerned about that. Why is there flat out a god?
Joffrey,
the gods don't make appearances.
This is God
does.
What? He's clearly freaked out. Sahana is also like very concerned, but she comes over the body and like checks it out. Lord Quacker's actually sweeping wing to kind of like gesture that she is more than welcome to come and look at the body, and he like does a little and hops down off the body and starts waddling out of the room. He says, "Come, we will speak in the heart of my temple."
But Joffrey's just hearing him go quack, quack, quack.
Storm is going to Lord Quackers say, Lord Quackers, although I clearly love the duck language that you have bestowed upon us, perhaps there's a way that either you can bestow this gift upon Joffrey or we can...
I'm fine with translating. It's fine.
Understands.
I'm fine with translating.
He says, he does say, I see. Will both this man, you say, Joffrey, and this other woman, pointing to Elowin, who is still there, he says, will both of them be joining us?
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
And both Joffrey and Elowin are like looking at him like shocked, very confused and in awe. But he then like waddles over to them and does the same thing where he like kind of like grabs their heads with his wings, and like it doesn't look like anything happens. And then he goes over and like does the same thing to both of them, and he says, "There, can you hear me now?" And before he can even finish, they both just like freaked out and they're like, "Ah!"
Calm down. We just made it so you can understand Lord Quackers.
You have been blessed.
What? Like they're clearly freaked out. And Lord Quackers kind of says, they may need some time. Please, let's just gently scoot them in to the sanctuary.
Storm takes that literally and picks up Joffrey.
I'm going to actually stay with the cleric and assist them in anything they need.
All right, perfect. Noted.
I'm scooting.
And also keep an eye on them because I don't really trust them. I don't want to leave them alone.
That checks out.
Also noted. All right. So you're all walked in there. Ilwyn and Joffrey are both like slowly like calming down. Eowyn hasn't said a word. She's just very confused. But you all walk up into the main sanctuary where the statue of Lord Quackers is. and you see some like pews, I guess. Lord Quackers is like pushing like these things that are like 20 times his size almost, just pushing them into like kind of a circle, just with his wings. And he motions for everyone to sit.
I said.
Perfect.
Storm doesn't, but she stands there.
Yes.
I'm like crisscross applesauce.
Sweet. Joffrey and Elwyn sit very slowly.
Tyler takes a knee.
Perfect. All right. So, Joffrey kind of shakily says, I have many questions, but the most important ones right now are what? 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 Okay, no. What do you all plan to do? What is your plans on taking care of whatever attacked Jobriath?
Well, seeing as he is not going to be awake for 2 weeks, and clearly it's an issue that needs to be handled swiftly, we don't have the luxury of going in with all the necessary information. However, we are going to, at daybreak, head towards the base of the mountain and try to find out what or who attacked the runecrafter, and also attempt to locate the sword.
That would be ideal. Save that. What? You don't even know what you're walking into. I mean, I'm aware. If he truly is out for 2 weeks, I agree. A time is of the essence, especially if they know that he made it back. And now they know that potentially some people know where they are, then time is certainly of the essence. But if a rune crafter, Jobriath, of this man, he has been alive so long, he's incredibly skilled, and he is nearly dead, but was nearly dead. What makes you all think that you can fight off whatever this is?
Quite frankly, we have the power of Lord Quackers on our side. Tyler over there handles bears without a problem. I've wiped out an entire orc's army with just 2 other people. And we have all of our friends.
There's 5 of us, and not one rune crafter.
And besides, it's possible, and dare I say probable, that the runecrafter was ambushed. The attacks were on his side, primarily, and perhaps the attackers or attacker were hidden and jumped out and ambushed him. We're going in with the knowledge of danger and our wits about us.
Well, clearly you all are very capable. You all have clearly proven yourselves as very beneficial and intelligent just individuals, and figuring out what people have stolen, everything that has been stolen, finding out information. You clearly are intelligent, but I suppose, all right, if you plan on leaving in the morning, then I will do what I can, but need to stay near to Jobriath. Once he wakes up, I need to have information.
Of course, we expect you to stay here, but Joffrey, perhaps something that would be of great assistance to all of us is weaponry. very good weaponry, perhaps weaponry that is imbued with magic. Anything we can take to have an advantage in the unknown fight ahead.
Yes. I have a few things, but most of my weaponry has either been sold or is been bought and is yet to be picked up, and I cannot tell you that if I was to let you take the weapons that people have already bought, that would be things would not go well. The people that have bought most of the weapons that I have.
Joffrey, calm down. Whatever you can find that will not ruin your business is fine.
Okay. Elwyn, and he turns to face Elwyn. He says, "Can you run and get the alabaster order, please? Please run and grab that from me and bring it back here before now." And she very quickly nods and gets up and heads out the door. Says she will bring back what I have. But I need to lay down. Do you have a bed I could lay down on or something?
Storm's going to lead him to her room in a bed that has never been used.
Yes.
Perfect. And say, here you are, and you're more than welcome to stay here in the temple as you await your friend's awakening.
Thank you.
I
just need to
have
rest.
been wondering.
Oh, yes.
Shouldn't we have guest rooms in this temple as well?
Well, it's not like all of the followers are going to be living here.
Just wondering.
Coming to worship and then leave, and preferably leave some money. But it's the priest who would live in the temple, and unless Lord Quacker's planning on expanding his priests that he has on deck, I think the rooms we have now are just fine.
And I think the temple we got was the one we could afford.
Now, one thing that y'all are just now noticing as this conversation's been crazy, and now that Joffrey's being taken downstairs, you actually all notice a lot more noise coming from the main area of the temple, where, actually no, that's where y'all are at. Apologies. Y'all notice that there's quite a bit more people than normal. There's about 10 people in the temple. Some are praying, some are leaving money. So Lord Quackers is admiring your handiwork, as some of you recognize them as people from earlier, where you helped stop the bears from running rampant. And so it's a very small amount of people that are there, but it's definitely more than y'all have ever had. So you've got that. But at this point, Joffrey lays down, and Storm, I assume you rejoin them?
Yes.
All right. So,
what's happening with the cleric?
Yes.
Since I'm just
AJ, you see, or Dolf, you see Sahana she's kind of doing some cure wounds, stuff you recognize, some stuff that's kind of seems to be just kind of monitoring the body just to see how it is. And I mean, after 10-15 minutes, she steps back and she sighs. She says, I have never seen a body in such perfect health. Normally,
that's Lord Quackers for you.
I would like to just make sure and monitor. I can drop in every day for a while just to make sure that nothing is wrong, nothing goes wrong. But I certainly trust that whatever your this deity, this god that stands among us, like she's now kind of like realizing the fact that she is literally seeing a god, albeit a duck. But she's like, oh.
I know. Trust me, it was a lot when we first met him, but truly, this. If you saw how he was before, oof, it was bad.
What would you mean by that?
Like, the body was just arm broken,
yes.
and slashes all across the chest and everything, lacerations all over the body, and now it's like it didn't even happen at all.
This is healing beyond anything I've ever seen or been capable of.
That's why we follow him.
This is truly something. But I must, if he is in perfect health, I will come back tomorrow to check. But I must return back to the hospital. Thank you.
No problem.
And she walks out and leaves. And right now is a good time for us to take a short break. So everyone, we're gonna take like a 5-10 minute break. We will be right back so we can get some drinks and stuff. This is something new we're doing too, is taking breaks in between. It's nice. So we will return. Don't worry. We'll be back shortly. Hello, everybody. We have returned. Leave voices are working.
Yes.
Perfect. Everyone sounds good. I did things right. Excellent. All right. So, we pick back up with all of y'all in the sanctuary of the temple, with Lord Quackers right there with you. What do y'all do?
How much do we need for the rent?
3. It's 3 something. Let me find it.
I believe it was 6,000.
I thought it was 6,000. I thought it was 600 something.
600 gold. No, that's the
We're getting 600 for the job.
Yeah, that's the job.
Yeah, and I thought we were like
100 for the rent.
I think you're right. Yeah, it was either.
Let's see. Let me go back.
Yeah, I think it was like 600 for the rent because we were just like, perfect, 600.
It was.
We owe
You're right.
600,
It is 600.
yeah. And I was like, I remember thinking like, how convenient.
How much is in the offering basket?
Right now, with what if I can do quick math. What's that?
Math in my D&D game? No.
Never.
I'm a little bit excited that Lyra and Storm are not supervising this.
Yeah, you're literally leaving us unsupervised. Congratulations.
Mom and Dad want the night off.
Us 3 of all people at a circus.
Let's be real. Storm is definitely the dad in that situation.
Also, this is the session for splitting parties, huh?
Yeah.
So to answer your question, there is currently at this moment 128 gold.
Oh wow. Okay, I'll keep track of this.
Plus what Storm had gotten from the gnome pickpocket.
Oh right, you said 128.
128.
All right, 128 plus whatever Storm got.
I think I don't have that written down, but I think it was like 15. Like it wasn't much.
Yeah, I think it was 15 extra gold that no one claimed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have 100 gold for the group written down in my equipment.
That's the reward from killing the bears or capturing the bears.
Okay.
So do you want to add that to the?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So y'all are almost halfway there.
Paying off our debts.
We pay off our debts.
Is this a monthly? Like, is this a monthly 600 we have to pay, or is this a yearly? Like,
I think we owe it. I think that's how much we owe.
This is your monthly rent.
Oh, boy.
So
could do this every month.
The way
I don't know if this life is for me, y'all. I'm starting to rethink my decision.
Out of character, way this mechanic is working is the more people y'all bring to the temple, the more money y'all have as offerings, and so you won't necessarily have to worry about losing the temple if you don't do something crazy like find whoever stole an incredibly powerful sword. You won't have to do that every month to make ends meet. Ideally, you'll have enough worshippers and followers that will just pay and will provide that.
So yeah, so now we just need 3,357 more gold.
3,000. Oh god.
600.
It's 600
a month. 600 a month. So we need to.
No. We need 3,357 more gold.
Is this for that thing that Dolf wanted?
Yes. yes, it is.
So we just need to at least quadruple our following, if not quintuple. I think we should aim for quintuple.
Oh goodness.
All right, so someone wrote down how much we have because I just took.
Yeah, I wrote. I have it.
I did too. Yeah.
Okay.
I am the accountant here.
What is that number again, just so I can have it?
How much we need? How much
you have?
Oh, how much we have? We have 243. We need 357 more, and I need 3,000 for personal reasons.
243, you said?
Yes.
All right, sweet. All right, what do y'all do?
Well, what time is it? / how close is the circus to happening?
At this point, it's about 7 o'clock.
Ooh, it's time to go. We gotta go to the circus.
We're late to the circus.
Want to go get the good seats.
So, before y'all go, Lord Quackers does address you all and says, your services and your work to bringing glory to my name. Perfect timing. There's Lord Quackers. Have not gone unnoticed. I ever thankful that I chose you as my chosen priests and my closest friends. Now, what is your plan as far as this retrieval? As I'm understanding, you must get a sword back?
You know how we have rent to pay for the temple? We took a job, and this job includes retrieving the man asleep in the room back there, his sword, along with various other stolen items from around the town.
There's a tapestry.
Some sort of navigating.
Yeah.
Anti-Catherine.
Got a funny name. Oh, yeah, I think that was it.
And that's what we're doing in general this month.
And always passing out more pamphlets. By the way, I'm going over to our stack of pamphlets and restocking on how
re-up the pamphlet.
Re-upping the pamphlets.
You do note it's starting to get low. You'll have to go by the printer sometime later to print out more.
Oh, man. How much is it for the printer?
For a normal, for a big stack that you had, it's like 10 gold. Nothing too crazy.
I'm triple checking that Tyler is not taking any bread with him.
Storm is going to address the 3 chaos gremlins that are about to go unsupervised.
Why can't I bring bread?
Because that's, Tyler, they're going to try to eat you if you taste like bread.
Who's gonna try to eat me?
The bears!
I took care of the bears. I can handle bears.
By the way, the 3 of you.
And he stuffs a loaf in the back of his pants.
I'm gonna mage hand that back where it belongs. Like as he goes to stuff it, the moment he puts it in, just whoop.
Are you trying to do that stealthily or not trying to?
Oh, sure. I'll do it stealthily if you need me to.
All right, Tyler, I need another perception check competing against your stealth.
He's not going to beat it. It's a 29. You're
11 perception.
11. Oh, boy.
29.
Yeah. No, you stick that bread in your, in the back of your pants and, but not even notice that it's just gone as soon as you let go of it.
Now, it's Tyler Dolf. Before you go, we need to have a little chat. A little expectation chat.
Okay, but make it quick, because like I said, we got to get those good seats.
I'm not a child. I'm older than all of you.
Yes, however, you do like getting into shenanigans.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't see your point. You better hurry it up.
I start walking towards the door, just like ignoring
Okay.
Storm.
If you all die tonight, me and Storm are not coming to save your butts.
I don't need you to
Wait.
save my butt.
We have a Tyler. We're good.
Where are you all going?
That's why I'm concerned.
We are going to get bear. We're going to the circus.
Yes, they are choosing to spend the evening before journey in inevitable difficulty.
We were invited.
Relaxing in preparing themselves mentally that way.
We were invited for saving the bears. We were invited to go see the circus.
It would be
that we saved the bears.
It would be insulting if we didn't go.
I say that sounds like a wonderful idea for all of you to go and enjoy. Please, all of you, go, enjoy the circus. I will take care of the temple. You need not worry about me. I think the circus sounds like a wonderful place for all of you to enjoy the night before imminent death, potentially.
Lord Crackers,
Sounds
I am I'm quite afraid of some of the things that appear in the circus. So I would prefer to prepare myself mentally and work on some spell work and the such.
Oh, you need not be afraid. I am always with you, and you'll be with your friends. Go. And he kind of starts ushering all of you out of the temple front doors.
Right, Lyra's gonna go with them, but as soon as she makes it out the front door, she's walking right back around to the back door and going back in.
Oh my god, she really doesn't want to go.
So you're going down the back stairs?
Yeah.
Lord Quackers greets you there.
Okay.
He says, "Why are you returning this way? What have you forgotten?"
My sanity.
Oh, you don't need that. Please go join your friends. And he with his little wing, kind of touches your calf and walks with you around back to the front so you can join your friends.
Out of character question, so I can prepare Storm's fear reaction. What's the clown situation like?
Oh, none. Don't worry. There's not going to be any clowns.
Oh.
This is not that kind of circus. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. Then she will be comfortable. Clowns? Not her thing.
There's no clowns yet. Got it.
Yeah, is this one of those situations where the group needs to be together for what is going to happen? Or is it okay if I just keep fighting back and I
Lyra,
do whatever you want.
Why do you keep disobeying our Lord?
Yeah, Storm is going to, at this point, approach Lyra and say, perhaps we can pretend to go, just stand outside the tent?
I mean, we could just peel off before we get there and go to a tavern or something.
But Lord Quackers is all-knowing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is.
And I do fear, quite frankly, the wrath of our deity, seeing the incredible power that he displayed today.
Put a dude in a coma.
I would not want to be...
You put a dude in a 2-week coma. I don't know if we want to anger him.
I personally, not a fan of the circus, as I have shared with you. However, I fear Lord Quackers more than I fear clowns.
But I might see people I know.
I have an idea. Disguise kit.
Oh, I have disguise self. That's what I'm doing.
And Storm's going to hand Lyra her flask and pass it back and forth.
Yeah.
Lyra's never drank before, though.
Right. No, Lyra doesn't drink, but she's drinking now.
So
she said, fine, if I have to go.
Not bad,
I'm taking a good swig of this stuff. And she tries it and spits it out. Like she can't even swallow it.
There's no stomaching that if you're not a drinker.
Oh, perfect. So as y'all start making your way that direction, you see behind you Lord Quacker's just at the front of the temple, waving with his one of his wings. He waves you off, and then just waddles back into the temple. And so y'all go off. Y'all head back towards the center of town where just earlier this day you fought some bears. And you see now it's just this big tent. It's there's actually multiple tents here. There's one kind of big one, kind of very classic looking tent, circus tent kind of style. Not nearly as colorful. It's not as well decorated. As you can see, you can definitely tell this particular circus is not the most impressive, at least seemingly so. And you see a lot of people outside, and a lot of people are waiting in line. So what do y'all do?
Well, first, I'd like to just make note that I have disguised myself to look like a human. And I just look like an average human woman. Like my hair's average brown color, like nothing abnormal. Like I don't want to stand out as like adversely pretty or ugly. I'm just average.
All right, noted.
Storm is going to approach kind of to the side the workers that we had interacted with earlier that day.
Okay.
Kind of presuming that they're getting a little bit of a VIP situation. And is going to go up and show them the tickets that they have and say, oh, we were invited for rescuing your bears earlier.
The person that's just right there, it's a tiefling. They are just one kind of taking the tickets of other people, and they say, "Oh, perfect. I'm so sorry. Yes, go right in. You are not. Please, Garrett. And they wave someone else down. And you see this kind of like big old human guy. He's just very muscular, very big, easily taller than all of y'all. Well, not all of y'all, not Storm, but
I was like, that's a big man.
yeah, he's pretty tall. He's almost your height. He's very big. And the person, presumably this is Gary, walks over and says, "What?" The tiefling says, "Can you lead them around back? Take them around back to let them see Talonskin." And he says, "All right, okay, come with me." And he just starts walking around, just like heavy thudding footsteps. And he starts walking around the back side of the tent.
Storm follows and is going to say, what was your name again?
Oh, what, me?
Yes.
My name's Gary.
Not very stealthy, are we, Gary?
I don't know what you mean. I'm the quietest person here. Really, I don't talk much. Except when people talk.
Very well.
Which is not often. No, I don't get talked to by many.
Well, that's rather sad. Gary, would you like to... I would like to invite you, Gary, to spend our evening at the circus with us.
Oh, I don't think I can do that. I do have a job. I do work here.
Gary.
I kind of, hand out food to people. I mean, I can drop by and bring food. I think y'all are kind of important, cool people or something. Otherwise, I wouldn't be taking y'all around back. I don't know. I can certainly bring food by later.
Very well, Gary.
I'm like skipping along and I'm just like, you can be our guide, Gary.
Okay. Any of y'all do anything else while you're walking?
I'm just very intimidated of how much taller
Storm
he is than me.
is worriedly looking around, trying to see if she sees clowns.
Perfect.
Lyra is also worriedly looking around, but she's looking for people who she might recognize from her past.
Tyler's trying to make himself look as big as possible, not to be outdone by Gary.
Me knowing that I'm clearly outdone by Gary is just going to be like, this freaking sucks.
Yeah, no, like, Gary, like, his arms are almost as thick as your body is.
Oh my god.
Like, he is literally, like, he is all muscle. Like, those old images, like those big muscly guys that have those round dumbbells in old circus photos.
I'm whispering to is like, you can probably, if he has abs, you can probably grate cheese on it. It's crazy. I don't even need to see them.
Probably.
Like,
Gary is a specimen.
I'm going to send Cass to hang out like on the little tent flap above the entrance. He's going to hang out there for the night.
Perfect.
Just keeping an eye out.
All right, noted.
If he sees anything suspicious, he's going to come fly to me.
Excellent. So y'all walk around, and Gary leads you to what looks like the employee entrance, like where all like the different actors and different things would walk through. And you see the person that y'all interacted with the other day, Talentskin, the tent master, who talked to you all and gave y'all these special tickets saying y'all could come for free. He's kind of directing people. He seems very busy. He's wearing very colorful like cloak, kind of looks very wizardly almost. Um, his his like long dark black hair is slicked back, so it kind of flicks out under at the back of his neck. But he's not wearing a hat. So he's around there, and Gary comes over like, Taliskin, these people. And Townskin turns and says, "Oh, excellent, excellent, excellent. Welcome. So sorry, I'm very scatterbrained. We're getting ready. Please, follow me quickly." Do y'all follow?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. He leads you in, and he leads you into the tent, and y'all see it opens up, and it's that's pretty nice. It's a pretty good setup considering they set it up in the manner of like a few hours. There's lots of seats and chairs. There's some that look like they're sectioned off for more wealthy individuals. And that's where y'all get seated. Y'all get seated with the higher class folk that have joined the circus. You see plenty of individuals wearing nice clothes and seemingly much more well-to-do. He kind of sets y'all right up front, so y'all can see very clearly everything that's going on. Like you're right at the ground level, see everything first, very close up. Says, this is where you all will sit. Feel free to wander about for a bit. Food will be served, just some snacks and stuff will be served. Don't worry about paying for anything. Everything's covered. Gary will make sure to just hand you whatever you wish. Don't worry about it. All of you've done me a great service today. So this is on me.
Thank you.
Very much.
And
I heard snacks.
Yes. And he goes running off after kind of like bowing a lot to y'all, and he goes running off to the back where he was.
Storm wants to kind of look at the other wealthy people and see if she can pick out anyone that like gives off like kind of a shady vibe, like they would probably be involved in illegal cart race gambling.
Okay. Give me an insight check.
14.
You see quite a few people that definitely look like they could afford to buy like a chariot or something like that, and it definitely not necessarily looks like they take part, but you definitely you could maybe assume that they might be part of that, as most of the people you've talked to who know about it are basically say that all the wealthy people in town take part in these races. So you've got a pretty good shot at betting that one of these, if not almost all of them, are going to be taking part, or not taking part, but at least betting and watching the races.
All right, then in that case, Storm, in her brain piece, is going to say to everyone in the group, perhaps while we wait for the circus entertainment to start, we should talk to some of the individuals around us, perhaps glean some information about the cart races.
Okay.
I think
Tyler turns around in his seat.
No, Tyler.
And says, "Hi, I'm Tyler. What's your name?" And tries to like shake someone's hand.
In her brain, Storm says, if you could do what he's doing, but better and stealthier, that would be great.
Tyler's holding his hand out.
I don't think you trusting me on this is the best idea, but sure. I'm gonna see. Can I see if I can listen into like the general conversation happening?
Yes, but first we're going to address what Tyler just did.
Fair. That's very fair.
So you turn around, and behind you is this kind of a portly, just half elf individual. He's portly guy, and he's like, yes, my name's Bronson. Nice to meet you, Tyler.
Nice to meet you.
Shakes your hand very firmly. Good hard handshake. Says, well, what can I do for you?
What can you tell me about chariot races?
God damn.
As soon as you say that, he looks at you, like trying to gauge what kind of who you are.
And Tyler looks interested and excited.
Storm, hearing this out loud, is going to now turn around.
Before you do that, though, Bronson says, I like your style. You have the guts. You have no fear in asking people exactly what you want. I admire that in a person.
No fear. You're correct.
Yes.
You strike me as a well thought out and intelligent individual who knows what he wants.
You know me so well, Bronson.
I believe that here is not the best place to have this conversation. Here, and he reaches into his coat and he hands you just a little card. He says, "This has an address on it. Come find me tomorrow. When is a good time for you?"
Hearing this, Storm is going to, in her brain, tell Tyler, remember, we're leaving at daybreak. Tell him you need to meet with him after the circus. Perhaps suggest drinks at the local tavern.
I want to go for drinks at the tavern after the circus. Sounding very much scripted.
Oh my god.
I don't believe that will work. But do not fret. I believe. How about this? I have a day that I can meet me in 3 days' time at this address. And you see just a pretty average address written on it with his name, Bronson Legrand. And he says, meet me here and I will tell you everything you could possibly want to know about the chariot races.
You got it, buddy. You got it.
Yeah, and he taps his nose in return, he nods, and then someone else he starts talking to someone else who came up to ask him something. But there you go.
Tyler turns back around in his seat and says, I like that guy.
Storm is going to, out loud to Tyler, say, sometimes I underestimate you.
Damn right.
Good job, Tyler.
Oh, goodness. All right, so what do y'all do next? There's a short announcement from someone saying that the circus will begin in 5 minutes. So what do y'all do?
I still want to listen into the chatter, but also while everyone's distracted, I want to pickpocket one of the wealthy people.
All right, so for the kind of listening in, go ahead and give me a perception check, and then give me a sleight of hand check.
For 24 perception, and you said sleight of hand. 21.
Okay. 21 for what was the perception one again? I'm sorry.
24.
24, and 21 for sleight of hand. Perfect. All right. So you just hear kind of just idle chatter of people kind of being like, "Oh yes, I made a few thousand more gold just yesterday after closing that sale." It kind of sounds like office talk, like guys bragging about, various people bragging about what they made, like how many sales they made and stuff like that, what they brought to the company. And you see someone who kind of like walks by you, like he's it's the human, it's a human guy. He walks by and he's close enough that you could easily just kind of reach into his coat as he walks by. And you find 54 gold pieces.
I'm just gonna stuff it away.
Perfect. Yes, you kind of snip that right from him. He doesn't even notice.
Good. You okay?
Yeah,
You
sorry.
okay?
Something just fell. I think something just fell upstairs.
Oh no.
All right. So, with that, the circus, like the kind of the torches that are lit, get put out, and there's very little light. And then suddenly you see the telltale signs of someone casting the light spell upon the arena so that the whole thing lights up. And out walks Talonskinrin, the tent master, and he comes walking out as everyone applauds and cheers, and it's pretty cool. And he says, "Welcome to the circus." And there's a lot of prestidigitation of sparks flying everywhere. Very dramatic. And from the top of the tent, you see a few kobolds, winged kobolds, fly down and kind of do this aerial dance as they swoop down into the arena and spin and then fly back up. They're all wearing very ornate clothes, and they are holding like torches as they fly. It's very elegant, and it's just incredible to see. And as they're doing this, it's just such an act of such an impressive act that everyone's eyes are up there. And I need all of you to make perception checks.
Oh, okay.
That's gonna be a 7 for me.
28.
Dirty 20.
I'm very perceptive.
26.
26?
22.
22?
I'm
Right.
totally distracted.
Yeah, Dolf, you're looking up there, you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. You're so focused. The rest of you see a kobold that looks like it should be up there with a torch, holding it. It looks angry. And you look upon further inspection, see its wing is crooked. It's got a crooked wing. And they're just looking up there furious, and they take their lit torch and toss it onto the fabric and the cloth of the tent.
Storm.
And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
No! Storm and I had the same wavelength thought, I think.
Oh, she was going to shape water and...
Oh, I was just going to prestidigitate it out. We will find out next time.
Oh, man. So with that, thank you everyone who came out and joined us and watched with us this crazy ridiculousness that we call D&D. Thank you everyone. And again, shout out to AJ and Luke for all the work they've done making this channel look so much better than it did. And also again to Arcane Anthems for allowing us to use his wonderful music. So, yes. And yes, everyone did such a great job. And thank you to my players. You were all wonderful people. Thank you guys. And with that, we wish all of you a wonderful night.
Hey,
Well,
Luke, when's
before
our
we
next
sign
session?
off,
Oh, yes.
our next session is going to be the 7th of January.
Yes.
Mark it on your calendars.
7th
Put
of
it on your
January.
calendars, share with your friends.
Set an alarm.
And if for some reason that somehow changes, we will let you all know. Don't worry. So, but plan on the 7th. All right. Perfect. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful night.
Have a good night. Drink your water.